Hi, this is Steve Schlu, and this is going to be a short overview of collaborative computing. We're going to start out by looking at the 4 C's for today's work environment. Some things that all employees need to work in the type of environment we're working in today are critical thinking skills, capacity for change, computing skills, and the ability to collaborate. First, we'll look at critical thinking skills. The critical thinker and good thinker welcomes problematic situations, is sufficiently self-critical, looks for alternative possibilities and goals, and seeks evidence on both sides. Person is reflective and deliberative, searches extensively when appropriate, revises goals when necessary, is open to multiple possibilities and considers alternatives, uses evidence that challenges favored possibilities. So it's the ability to deal with ambiguous situations and look at things from many perspectives. That instead of saying, well, I read on this blog, this is the way to do it, or just looking at the most common way. A lot of technology failures come from not looking at the alternatives and not looking at if the alternatives match the business goals, that business goals should drive the technology goals and not the other way around. Looking at change, 3 facts are now poised to shape our economic life for a generation. First, thanks to global competition and rapid technological change, America's economy is about to face its most severe test in nearly a century. Second, political and business leaders are doing nothing to prepare us to cope with what lies ahead. And the third, the reason for this inaction is our entire economic and political culture remains enthralled to a set of dead ideas about the modern economy, and this actually came out of a book called Dead Ideas. Simple way to look at it is if you don't like change, you're going to like irrelevance even less. Next thing we're going to look at, what is computing? And everybody, we use computers all the time, but we're going to look at a little bit older definition. The term computing has sometimes been narrowly defined as in the 1989 ACM report, Association for Computing Machinery, on computing as a discipline. The discipline of computing is a systematic study of algorithmic processes that describe and transform information, their theory, analysis, design, efficiency, and implementation and application. The fundamental question underlying all computing is, what can be efficiently automated? What does it mean to collaborate? Everybody, I think, has heard the word collaboration. Here's a simple definition. Work with others, to work with another person or group in order to achieve something. The next section comes from some books by Michael Serage, who is actually one of the references I used back in the 1990s. And looks at collaboration as a process of shared creation by 2 or more individuals with complementary skills. A lot of times when we work on group projects, we want to work with people that are like us and think like us. That doesn't help you. You need to find somebody that thinks in an opposite pattern or contrary if you really want to have good collaboration, and who interact to create a shared understanding. And shared understanding, dialogue, that's different than just having a discussion. This goes back to the critical thinking skills. You need to know where the other person is coming from. This collaboration can occur, and this was written in 1990, by mail. That would really, they're talking surface mail there. It can computer, which that would be email, phone, or in person, and computers can really do a lot of those things. If you look at, there's an increase in interaction from mail to computers to telephones, and I know like we do Skype and stuff, so that really replaces telephone, but to have really good interaction, a lot of times it's beneficial if you can meet in person. But regardless of how we do the collaboration, is that the true medium is other people, and that's what we're trying to get at, so we know how to collaborate, and we're using SharePoint as a way to do that but it's the people in this class that will be doing the collaboration, whether it's in your discussions or working on your research papers. So when you work together, there's some things that you need to look at, and this is team basics, based on some pretty thorough research of analyzing a lot of different teams by Kassenbeck and Smith in 2003. What are you looking to get out of it? If you look at the corners of the triangle, we're looking for collective work products, performance results, and personal goals. What do you need to have to get this done? You need to have skills. You have to have problem-solving skills, technical skills, and interpersonal skills. And going back to complementary skills, different people are going to have different levels of probably problem-solving skills and technical skills. Interpersonal skills, if you can't work in a group environment and get along with people, it's going to be pretty hard to be successful in this environment. You need to be really cautious what you do in online collaboration, email, because people sometimes don't know what you're doing in jest. You have to have accountability. If you're doing group projects, you have to have mutual accountability. The individual needs to be accountable, as does the team. And in this particular study, said that you need to work with small amounts, small number of people. Other researchers say that you can do collaboration with tens, even hundreds of people. So it depends on how it's set up and things. Obviously, a lot of team projects are based on around 5 people. The more people you get, especially if you have to meet face to face, the harder it gets to make contact. And you need to have commitment. You need to have specific goals that you set out, lay the groundwork out that you have a common approach, and you need to have a meaningful purpose. If you're the leader of a group or the supervisor of somebody, and you're going out and tell them that this is the goal, and you can tell them how they're going to go about doing it, but they don't believe that it's worthwhile, you're not going to get good results. And sometimes I think as a department chair, when I'm doing one of our student evaluations with professors and things, one of the things a lot of times we forget to tell people is we tell them what we're going to do, we're going to tell them how we're going to do it, but we forget to tell them why we're going to do it, and that's very important. So here's definition. Collaborative computing, very simply, the definition that we'll use as a foundation for this course is using technology to interact with others. There are a variety of related teams. Here are some of them: computer-supported cooperative work, virtual teams, social computing, Web 2.0, but it's that interaction using technology. We're using SharePoint for a platform in this class. There's other collaboration tools out there. Why did we choose SharePoint? It's used in most major corporations as well as many smaller ones. A variety of settings. SharePoint was actually the product that went from $0 to $1 billion worth of sales faster than any other product that Microsoft has introduced. It's a Microsoft product. It has a fairly familiar interface with other Microsoft products. It was available. We're part of a Microsoft IT Academy for our IT program, and as that extends us into the DreamSpark store and the Microsoft Developers Network, so that it's easy and inexpensive for us to use Microsoft products. But overall, we do a lot of things in this department with Microsoft because that is the environment that most of corporate America works in. If you're looking for additional information on what I talked about in this presentation, there should be a reference list put in the documents in SharePoint. Thanks.